It is characterized by an aristocratic appearance, gentle disposition, and remarkable abilities in the field. The English Setter has kept its place as one of the most popular of sporting breeds for over a century. Dogs very much resembling today's English Setter are referred to in hunting journals as long as 400 years ago and are praised for their proficiency in pointing and finding game birds. The term setter refers to the type of work the dog was originally bred to do. Even before the advent of firearms, the setter could sink down and crawl to within inches of the bird and set until the hunter could trap dog and bird in his net. The dog would then be called out of the net. The English Setter now points his game for the hunter to shoot. Careful breeding records were not kept, however, until the early 1800s, when dogs were produced appearing identical to today's English Setter. The two strains from which the modern English Setter is distilled are the Laverack, from the show-type dogs, and the Llewellyn strain, as applied to the field-type strain, used almost exclusively for hunting. First appearing in the show ring in England in 1859, the English Setter was imported to the United States in the 1870s. The first dog listed in the American Kennel Club stud book is an English Setter, Adonis, admitted to registration in 1878. You'll be seeing many English Setters during this presentation. Some are outstanding examples of the breed, some are less so, but all will help your understanding of the English Setter. Now let's begin. In general appearance, the English Setter is an elegant, substantial, and symmetrical gun dog, suggesting the ideal blend of strength, stamina, grace, and style. In size, dogs should measure about 25 inches at the withers, bitches about 24 inches. Males should be decidedly masculine without coarseness, and females should be decidedly feminine without over-refinement. The English Setter's overall appearance, balance, gait, and purpose are to be emphasized above any specific component part, including size. The English Setter is a dog of moderation and balance. Any extreme is a distortion of type and must be faulted. Let's begin our detailed examination of the English Setter with the head. The size and proportions of the head must be in harmony with the body. The head is long and lean, with a well-defined stop. As seen here, the head planes, the top line of the muzzle, the top of the skull, and the bottom of the lower jaw are parallel. The skull is characterized by a moderately defined occipital protuberance. The muzzle is equal in length to the skull. The muzzle is long and square when viewed from the side and of good depth. It should be level from eyes to tip of nose. The lips, or flews, are square and fairly pendant. From above, see how the skull is oval between the ears and of medium width without coarseness. The cheeks present a smooth and clean-cut appearance. The skull is only slightly wider at the ear set than at the brow. The width of the muzzle is in balance with the width of the skull and is the same at the nose as at the stop. The muzzle is square, never snipey or narrow. The skeletal structure is well chiseled under the eyes, with no suggestion of fullness. This muzzle is not straight. A Roman nose like this, or a dish-faced appearance, is objectionable. Here, the muzzle appears too short in relation to the skull. Length of muzzle and skull should be balanced and of equal length. This correct head has the desired long, lean look with a well-defined stop. Note again the straight, square muzzle and the square, fairly pendant lips. From the front, see how the skull is of medium width and oval from ear to ear. The width of muzzle is in proportion to that of the skull. The nose may be black, like this one, or dark brown in color, like this one, and must be fully pigmented. Nostrils should be wide apart and large. Teeth should meet in a close scissors bite, like this. An even or level bite is acceptable. Overshot or undershot bites are objectionable. The English Setter's eyes are dark brown in color, like these. The darker, the better. They are bright and are spaced to give the dog a mild, intelligent look. The eyes are nearly round and fairly large, but neither deep-set nor protruding. The eyelid rims are dark and fully pigmented. The lid should fit tightly so that the haw is not exposed, which would make the English Setter vulnerable to injury in the field. This dog has lids that are too loose, exposing the haw, which distorts expression. Color can create optical illusions on the head. The patch on this dog's head makes the eye it surrounds look smaller and higher than the other eye. Check carefully to ascertain actual structure. Ears are carried close to the head when the dog is relaxed. The ears are set low and well back, even with or below eye level. They are of moderate length with slightly rounded ends, and the thin leather is covered with silky hair. When the dog is alert or inquisitive, the ears move higher or more forward on the head and sometimes stand away from it. These ears are correctly set, low and well back. They hang close to the head and are of moderate length. This is, in fact, a lovely head overall from the front. And this one from the side, where you can see the parallel planes and long, elegant lines of the head. Here again are good English Setter heads with excellent skull and muzzle balance. The eye and ear shape and placement contribute to the typical English Setter expression in this dog and bitch. Now let's consider the English Setter's neck and body. The neck is long and graceful, muscular and lean. It is arched at the crest and clean cut where it joins the head, but is larger and more muscular toward the shoulders. This short, thick neck is not correct. The throatiness here is also not desirable. This correct neck is lean, with no excess throatiness, and is arched at the crest, allowing the dog to carry his head proudly. It flows smoothly into the shoulders, which are well laid back. The tops of the shoulder blades are set fairly close together. The shoulder blades are long, wide, and should lie flat to the body, coming close together at the withers and fitting well to allow the flexibility required for the dog's field work. The upper arm should be equal in length and form a nearly right angle to the shoulder blade. The shoulder blades lie flat and meld smoothly with the contours of the body. The muscles should be hard and firm, never flabby. The forechest should be well developed with the point of the sternum projecting slightly in front of the point of the shoulder. This dog's straight shoulders and upper arms are not desirable. Properly constructed front angulation is very important for a field dog like the English Setter. This dog has a well laid back, but very short shoulder blade and long, straight upper arm. This fools the judge into thinking this front is good. The whole assembly must be well angulated and in balance to be correct. These correct shoulders slope well back, and the upper arm is of proper length, angled back from the point of shoulder, allowing freedom of action to the forelegs. The chest is deep, reaching to the elbow, but not so wide or round as to interfere with the action of the forelegs. From the front, the chest should be deep and well filled in between the forelegs. This chest appears too wide, forcing this dog's elbows out and toes in. This chest is too shallow and narrow. The bone of the forelegs is substantial, but is not coarse. The muscles should be hard and firm. The English Setter's upper arm should be flat and muscular with correct angulation, and of equal length with the shoulder blade. This will bring the legs well under the dog. This long upper arm will assure good reach for field work. Pasterns are short and strong, with a slight slope. The feet face directly forward like these, with tough, well-developed pads. The toes are strong, closely set, and well arched. Dew claws may be removed. From the front, you can see the forelegs are straight and parallel, showing good columns of support and moderate bone. The elbows turning neither in nor out. Feet are close and tight with deep pads. These front legs are clean and straight, but there is too much muscling around the shoulders, causing loaded shoulders. These front legs are not straight. They are bowed, which is faulty. These long, flat feet are not correct. The English Setter's body should appear substantial and symmetrical. The top line should be level, like this, or may slope slightly downward from the top of the shoulder. In all cases, it should be strong and firm and form a graceful outline. This dog is well proportioned. This dog is too long in body. This dog's sway back is not correct. Any more slope than this would be too sloping a top line. This level, firm top line is correct. This slightly sloping top line is also correct. The ribs are long, springing gradually to the middle of the body, then tapering as they approach the end of the chest cavity. The back is straight and strong at its junction with the loin. This lovely young dog shows insufficient rib spring. The English Setter's loin is strong, moderate in length, and slightly arched. The arch should not be so pronounced, however, as to make the dog appear roach-backed. This dog has a short rib cage and is too long in loin for ideal efficiency. The Setter's body length should be mainly in the ribbing, not in the loin. There is a moderate tuck-up. The tail is an extension of the spine. This bitch's tail is correct. Set well on a nearly flat croup, the tail is a smooth continuation of the top line. It tapers to a fine point. It should reach almost to the hock, but not lower. The tail is carried straight and level with the back. The feather is straight and silky, hanging in a loose fringe tapering to a point. This croup, however, is too flat. The tail is set lower than ideal. Hindquarters are characterized by strong, wide, muscular thighs like these. The lower thighs are well developed and only slightly longer than upper thighs. Stifles are well bent, with the angulation of the hindquarters balancing that of the forequarters. The hock joint is well bent and strong. The rear pasterns are short, strong, and perpendicular to the ground. This dog is too weak in the rear and has too much rear angulation. This detracts from the well-balanced, symmetrical outline of the breed. These correct hindquarters maintain this symmetry and balance with good, strong muscling. Note the strong perpendicular rear pasterns and good feet. Hind feet, like the front feet, are strong with tough, well-developed pads and well-arched toes. From the rear, you can see the muscular development so necessary for efficient field work. The hip bones are wide apart, the hips well-rounded, blending smoothly into the hind legs. The rear legs are straight from well-rounded, muscular buttocks and are parallel to each other down to the feet. Hocks should remain parallel, turning neither in nor out. These hocks are much too long for efficient movement. Now let's discuss the English Setter's coat. The coat lies flat to the body like this and is of medium length. You can see the coat is relatively straight with no curl or woolliness. It should not be soft or woolly. This correct coat is also relatively straight and lies flat to the body with no curl. The feathering on the ears, chest, abdomen, underside of thighs, back of legs, and on the tail is long and silky. There may be a slight wave. The feathering should be of good length, but never so excessive as to hide the true lines of the body. It should not affect the dog's appearance or function as a sporting dog. This is not excessive feathering, but there should be no more feathering than this. As for color, the standard calls for a white ground color with intermingling of darker hairs resulting in Belton markings varying in degree from clear, distinct flecking to roan shading, but flecking throughout is to be preferred. This is orange Belton, which is white with orange. This is blue Belton, which is white with black. This is tricolor, blue Belton with tan on muzzle, over eyes, and on legs. There are also lemon and liver Belton English setters. As for markings, head and ear patches of color are acceptable, but heavy patches of color on the body are undesirable. When head patches occur, they can create optical illusions. Be sure to check carefully to ascertain actual structure. Look at this head from the patched and then the non-patched side. The English setter's movement should be effortless, free, and graceful like this. It should give the impression of stamina, efficiency, and endurance. There should be long forward reach and strong rear drive with a lively tail action and proud head carriage. The head, however, may be carried lower to allow for greater reach. From the front, the legs should be carried straight forward, not thrown out to the side nor crossing. As speed increases, the legs tend to converge toward a central line representing the center of gravity. And from the rear, the hind legs should follow in a straight line behind the forelegs. There is a straight column of support from hip to pad. From the rear, there is also slight convergence as speed increases. This dog is too close in front. He is toeing in, almost crossing. This dog is tracking too wide behind. It is inefficient gait. Here again is correct movement, free and graceful, with no restriction. See how the tail is carried level with the back, and the head is carried proudly. The back is firm, strong, with no bounce or roll. Overall appearance, balance, and condition help make the English setter more than just the sum of the individual components. Remember that the English setter presents an ideal blend of proper angulation, elegance, and substance. The English setter's gentle and affectionate disposition and willing nature make him one of the best-loved sporting companions. He is a premier gun dog, and as such, he remains steady under any conditions. He may never exhibit shyness, fear, or viciousness. Graceful, elegant, and aristocratic in appearance, the English setter remains a favorite in the field and in the company of friends and family at home.